So that right there is me, and this is me just about 5 years ago when I had a completely different style. It's safe to say that my style has changed a lot over the past couple of years, but a couple of things have stayed the same, and that's my love for just self-expression and physically presenting myself authentically. So in this episode of Rituals and Realizations, I'll be painting while talking about how to find your personal style even in the midst of different trend cycles and when social media makes everything seem super loud. So grab a snack, grab a little drink, sit back, relax, and come paint with me. Hi guys, it's me Annika. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to Rituals and Realizations episode 2. I'm very excited for this series to continue. It's been a minute since episode 1. If you guys don't know, Rituals and Realizations is my new series on here where I'll basically be doing like a ritual of mine or something just like relaxing, something that gets me kind of like recharged and re-energized, something that just keeps me present, I guess I would say. So that's the rituals part, and the realizations part is basically my thoughts on a certain topic. So in my last video, it was just the pilot episode, I guess you could say. So I just had you guys ask me questions over on my Instagram and I just answered them, so there wasn't really a certain topic to that video. But for this video, we are making the realizations part of the episode about fashion. So this is going to be all about personal style and self-expression, finding your unique style. Someone on my episode 1 commented that they would like to see me talk about where I get my clothes, so I'm going to be talking about that as well. And then for the rituals part of this episode, we're going to be doing a painting. I have been wanting to get into painting lately. It feels wrong to say that I've been really into it lately because it's been a minute since I painted and I haven't painted that many things successfully, at least. A couple months ago I made this painting right here. It's basically supposed to be this like wintry lake vibe, and you can see it gets like sparkly holographic if you move the canvas. And this is inspired by my favorite Barbie movie, Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus. I'm going to do a painting that's going to kind of give off this similar vibe. But yeah, while I do this, I'll just be talking to you guys about my thoughts on different fashion things. And I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any like specific fashion related questions, so I'm going to be answering those as well. We're in the playroom right now, and this is where like my sewing machine is. My sewing machine's over there, and this is where I paint when I do come in here to paint. It's also where my spray tan machine setup is. So in my room I have some like art pieces. So this is one of them. It's this Madison Beer Selfish. These are like the lyrics to one of her songs. I got this off Etsy, but I've had it for a couple years now, and I just want to change up my room honestly, and I don't want to waste this print, so I'm literally just gonna flip it around and do something on the back. You can see I started it a little bit, but barely anything's there, and I didn't have any white, so that's why I didn't finish this one. But I recently got white paint yesterday, so we can continue draw some clouds, lighten up some colors of some paint that I already have. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I also have this Dunkin' drink that my mom got me. It's the Daydream Refresher Pink Pineapple Oat Milk Strawberry Cold Foam. Shout out to my mom for bringing this to me. So this is my main inspo for this painting. This is from Barbie Magic of Pegasus, so you can see there's like the white clouds and then the purple castle. Oop. Okay, the first question is how to still have a personal brand when you're indecisive about your aesthetic. By the way, I got these plates to put my paint on. Okay, so I honestly feel like that depends on like what you define as indecisive and how and like in what way you're being indecisive on your aesthetic. I feel like if you're saying indecisive like, oh, I can't choose between coquette versus Y2K, then that's a completely different story than if you're like, oh, I can't decide what I like I just don't know what I actually like versus what's just trending at the time. So if it's option 1, like you can't decide between 2 different styles or 3 different styles or what have you, maybe you like 2 opposite styles if you're really into alternative stuff, but you also love like girly girl aesthetics and stuff like that, then honestly like that's completely fine and you don't have to decide on anything. I think that the most important thing that you do
when it comes to just like personal style is being able to discern what you actually like and what makes you feel the most like yourself versus what's just like trending. And when it comes to personal brand, that's the biggest thing, because you're never, I mean, if we're thinking about this like celebrity personal branding, like it's important that you like have your own style as a celebrity. I think the biggest thing is just recognizing what speaks to, this is gonna sound dramatic, but literally like what speaks to your soul and what makes you feel aligned with like the person that you want to be. So that sounds really generic, but like for me, I feel really connected to like pinks and purples and like dreamy princessy stuff. Like, and I've always been into like Barbie movies when I was younger, and so I'm really trying to make that like a reality for myself and my style and the brand that I want to create. And it's not necessarily a matter of deciding or like not being indecisive. I think personal branding and just like your own, finding your own style is just a matter of like curating your own style. So I honestly think the best way to figure out your style is to just curate things with Pinterest. And I know everyone recommends using Pinterest, but genuinely, like, it's just convenient. It's just a convenient way to like organize different things. Make a generic Pinterest board. Don't call it anything. Don't have a certain style in the back of your head. Literally just browse for pictures that you just like, and then think about, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. It doesn't have to go together at all, but then just think about how can you know, fit those two things together. So, or however many things, it'll be like 500 different things. Like, I really think personal style is a matter of finding it yourself, and, or not finding it, literally like creating it. In the time period where I discovered what aesthetic I want my clothing brand to be, I mainly found that just by going on Pinterest, like I was describing before, finding my inspiration and just putting it all together. Like being like, okay, I like this, I don't know what I like about it yet, but I'm just gonna put it in my mood board, and once everything's together, you can kind of discover the patterns yourself. Okay, so I'm going to add the castle now. I've added a little bit of clouds, but I'm gonna add details to them later. Right now I'm just doing like a rough layout, and then I'm gonna add in the details later. I honestly think, and this might be like controversial, and maybe this isn't the best advice, but I honestly think that the way that I've kind of like, not this sounds really over dramatic, but kind of like a boundary, I guess that you could say, that I set for myself sometimes, is if I find somebody that posts very similar stuff, or like to the aesthetic that I want to achieve and to like have, I literally don't follow them. Like, I don't look at their stuff. Like, I want my own inspiration to come from just like my soul and the things that I like, the things that speak to me, not like just what I see online. Another like random kind of like tip or suggestion is to think about the things that you liked as a kid, or like the things that you've never really abandoned. Like, one thing that I've always loved is Barbie movies, and I always have loved them, versus, you know, if I like darker colors or lighter colors, that always kind of changes. You know, another thing that I've always liked is outer space. I've always been drawn to like the stars at nighttime, the moon. That's always been a thing for me. So that's why I'm choosing those things to bring me inspiration when it comes to curating the vibe for my clothing brand. Honestly, if you're like indecisive about something, it's probably a good sign, because it probably means that there's a lot of different things that you like. And I think it's really important to be able to branch out outside of like a rigid aesthetic. Okay, this doesn't even really look like a capsule, but we're just going to start painting it and hopefully it'll come together. Okay, so now onto the topic of where I get my clothes from. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I rarely buy new clothes, which I feel like if anyone who knows me is watching this, like knows me in person, they probably think I'm lying, just because I feel like I kind of make my personality trait fashion. If I get new clothes, it's usually like a Christmas gift, or I'm using like a gift card that somebody got me. But the reason why I don't get new clothes often is because I am teaching myself how to sew right now. If I'm being honest, as somebody who wants to start their own clothing brand, no clothes exist right now where I feel like, oh yeah, this is me. Jewelry aside, because the jewelry feels very like me. Like, the reason why you guys might see me in a lot of basic clothes is because nothing exists that makes me feel like myself, so I'd rather show up as like a blank canvas and create what I want to create than to like feel like I'm putting on like a costume. But on another note, the actual clothes that you will see me wear, a lot of them are honestly basics from like Target or Skims. The top I have on right now is old, but it's from Target. But yeah, and honestly, anyone who wants to like better their style, you guys will hear this time and time again, but I honestly would totally recommend thrifting or getting stuff off Depop, like getting secondhand. My favorite things that I own, like clothing wise, they're all secondhand. My vintage Miss Me shorts. I have this like bag that I thrifted and it's brown and it has leopard print on the inside. That's secondhand. I do have a lot of clothes from Brandy Melville. A lot of the clothes that I have from Brandy Melville are also from Depop. Obviously, like Victoria's Secret, Pink and stuff, they have cute stuff as well. Or if you, for some reason, don't want to buy stuff secondhand, but I would honestly recommend like shopping secondhand, because why not? Like, it's cheaper and it's more eco-friendly, more ethical, because so many of these brands use underpaid workers as a way to sell cheap clothing. Guys, like, I don't know, I just can't make a video about fashion without talking about fast fashion, just because I'm so passionate about it. I've been really into like following vintage resellers lately. There's this one brand called Angelic Splash. They have been selling like vintage Victoria's Secret and other brands. Okay, so that's what the castle's looking like right now. It looks not very good, to be honest, but like I told you guys, I'm not a painter, okay? I am painting, but that doesn't make me a painter, okay? Whatever, I am a painter, but I'm not a good one. So you guys, I'm gonna go for a little bit and just paint on my own, because like this is gonna take me a couple hours. So I'm gonna go for a little bit. I wanna listen to some music and I'll be back. Hey guys, okay, so I'm back. It's a few hours later. I changed my hair and this is what the painting is looking like. I took a break from it, but let me turn on the light. But we're gonna talk a little more about fashion and style and things like that while I finish this painting. I'm super excited. I think it's coming along pretty well. I don't really mind the clouds. I think I'm just gonna add some more like faint clouds, since the ones that I have right now are pretty bold. So I forgot where I ended last, but we were talking about like places that I shop and stuff. More of the story, honestly, most of my clothes, aside from the places that I mentioned, yeah, they're from random places. I have some clothes from White Fox. Pretty sure all the clothes from White Fox that I have were either gifted or I bought them off Depop. Another thing that I would recommend, I think like this isn't like something, okay, it sounds weird if I say I recommend this, but I honestly think like the most underrated or like the most extreme way of getting inspiration is traveling. Like, I went to New York last summer for this FIT camp. I gained like so much style inspiration there. Same with SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. About 2 summers ago, I did like an overnight camp there. I literally remember to this day, there was like 2 girls I took so much inspiration from. I just like vividly remember like seeing these 2 girls and they had like super cool style. I love like when you go somewhere in a new environment, you learn what stands out and what catches your attention. At least what I found is that it's a lot different than like seeing stuff online. Yeah, that's just something to know. If you guys are lacking like inspiration, to definitely consider changing up your environment a bit. Okay, so I added in some more faint clouds. I think I have one other question that I was going to answer today. It was, how do I find what to post for my brand if I'm trying to switch to a more professional view? I think the biggest thing is being like intentional with aligning the way that you film and edit with how you want your branding to be. So for instance, I film with like a regular Canon camera, but if I wanted to do like a 2000s inspired video, I might consider filming on like VHS or like an iPod. Brandy Melville, they're still a professional brand, but they post or they take a lot of their pictures in their campaigns for their website on an iPhone, and it makes sense because like their target audience is like teenage girls, and it's very like chill, it's very like cool, effortless, not trying too hard, cool girl vibe to have the picture of like the tank top be taken on a random iPhone. Obviously I don't have like a brand of my own right now that I'm like actively posting for, but honestly once you have a vibe in mind that you want to go for, it's everything else becomes a lot easier. So like for me, I've changed, let me actually like do this while I talk so I don't waste time. I've changed the style of my YouTube thumbnails, for instance. That's like a branding thing, I guess you could say. And it was honestly after I made my mood board that I was talking about earlier that I had a lot more clarity on like how I want to edit my thumbnails and like how I wanted to do my intro that's at the beginning of all my videos and stuff like that. Everything kind of falls into place once you understand the vibe that you want to give off. Because once you understand the vibe, like the overall aesthetic, then you can understand the color scheme, and then you can understand like the feeling that you want the person to get, and then you can understand like the songs and the type of like audios that you want to be using. When it comes to branding, I think consistency is the biggest thing. Consistency and also clarity on like what the thing is. Let's talk about, you know, having your own brand. If you're kind of making like a slideshow, like a carousel on Instagram of a new launch, you want to make sure it's very clear to the audience, like this is the launch, this is the day that everything's launching, this is the theme of the launch, what the launch is. So is it all outerwear, or is it a little bit of like different garments, but they all fit under the category of XYZ. We're doing these 3 new prints, whatever it is. Like consistency and clarity is the biggest thing I think when it comes to professionalism. Okay, so I added like the pearly color onto this. You can see it a little bit. For this one, I did a little like pink moon vibe, and I kind of want to do like the exact same thing for this. Anyways, I guess to kind of sum up this video, my main point is your style can't be found and it can't be taught. It all has to be curated and true to you. If it feels like a costume that you're wearing, it's probably not your style. But also if it doesn't make you excited to wear, then it's also probably not your style. Okay, you guys, my painting is done for now. Here it is. It gives me total Barbie Magic of Pegasus vibes, which is perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. The clouds are questionable, but I think it's okay. I might fix like that area and that area, but overall this is how it came out. It's supposed to be the castle from Cloud Kingdom from Barbie Magic of Pegasus, so you can see how it turned out. I'm gonna make another painting and then I'm gonna hang it up. I have like 2 paintings that I'm gonna be replacing at a time. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely a very chill video, but if you guys want me to try another style of video, let me know as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of my painting, and if you guys think I should do more painting videos. And if you have any more questions related to fashion or style or anything, just let me know below and I'll answer them. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok, because I've been posting a lot more on those, and also going live on TikTok. I went live this morning to do this makeup. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I have so much paint on my hand. Bye!